This is Election Command Center. Good morning once again and welcome to Plus 275, the show that gets you to get into contact with your aspirants from the various constituencies in which you are. This morning we're staying in the Greater Accra region and we're coming to you from the Okaikoi South constituency, and that is one keen constituency to watch. Those of you who live around Bubuasi, North Kaneshi, Dakum, and around the industrial area on the Kaneshi Accra Academy Road, those of you who live there, that is the constituency we're talking about. And this morning, we're getting you the opportunity to interface with the men and women who are asking for your mandate to represent you in Parliament. Perhaps this morning, they will convince you some 2 months or some days to election 2016 as to who to vote for. I'll soon tell you who my guests are. And from the camp of the PPP, she's been there before. And she says this is the year that she's going to turn things around because the PPP is ready to take up the mantle and to lead Ghana into the next administration. Madam Harriet Anita Abedu is representing the Progressive People's Party, the Papa Perko Party. Madam Anita, good morning, and I hope you're doing great. And how are the people receiving you? Your campaign started quite long ago. What is the response?
Thank you very much, and good morning to viewers out there. And my greetings go to Pakwe Sindum, who around this time, have a lot to sort out. I hope that everything goes well with us. And to Okaikoi South people, I say good morning, and it is no one else than your own Anita. Thank you so much. My campaign started very well. I campaign even after elections because I have a very good relationship with the people. So I don't wait till election time before I do my campaign.
Right.
My campaign starts anytime. And around this time is the time that you reap what you sow. So what I'm saying is that my campaign or my going round is good. It's giving me good feedback.
Right. The response has been very good.
That's it.
All right. We're grateful. Harriet Anita Abedu is representing the PPP in the Okaikoi South constituency. She's asking for your mandate. From the camp of the NDC, he's also been there before, attempted to wrestle the seat from the NPP. Don't forget that seat has been occupied by the NPP. And even though he did not succeed in 2012, he says this is the time for the NDC to occupy that seat. I'm talking about the candidate, the aspiring candidate of the NDC for the Okaikoi South constituency, Alexander Ekwoku. Good morning to, and hope you're great.
Yes, I am very, very well.
And how is the response to your campaign?
Yeah, the response has been very good. But before I go on, let me say a very good morning to my constituents, the people of Okaikoi South. I'm so grateful for the help and the love that they have shown me over the years. Concerning the campaign, it's going on very smoothly, and I think our message is going down very well with the people. They are in tune with what we intended to do for the constituency. And that has really endeared me deeply into their hearts. And everywhere I pass these days, you see them calling me in, trying to reach out to me, and people coming out voluntarily to tell me what we should do to improve the campaign that we are doing. And I'm very grateful for the help that they are given. And I believe that this time, definitely we are going to take the seats from the NPP.
Right. Alexander Ekwoku is representing the NDC in the Okaikoi South constituency. Is asking for your mandate to represent you in Parliament. Now, from the camp of the CPP, it says that it is not relenting on its efforts to also capture the seat. The CPP said this is the time, being led by Ivor Greenstreet. The party is ready to take up the mantle of ruling Ghana. And for that constituency, they are presenting a candidate who has what it takes to lead them to victory. I'm talking about the candidate on the ticket of the CPP, Madam Ifua Asante. Good morning, and grateful you are with us in our studios. How is your campaign going?
Good morning. First of all, I will say thank you to the Almighty God for bringing me this far. And I would like to say good morning to my presidential candidate, my flag bearer. Actually, I'll say so far the response has been good.
Right.
Talking to people in the constituency and knowing their problems and knowing how to solve them. So I would say it has been good.
It has been good.
Yes.
I'm grateful. Asante is representing the Convention People's Party in your Okaikoi South constituency. He's also asking for your mandate to represent you in Parliament. Those of you watching from the constituency, stay on, because you can get to our social media platforms and send in your comments, your questions, your views. We'll let the rest of the world know. Welcome once again to our studios. +275. We're starting our conversation right away. And I'm beginning with you, Harriet Anita Abedu of the PPP. Now, you have toured the constituency. This isn't your first time contesting. Now, there's an incumbent who was unable to make it because we didn't get to him early enough. But you tell me, what are the needs of the people of Okaikoi South? In 2 minutes, you can address this.
Thank you very much. Going straight to the point, what the needs of the people of Okaikoi South? We have a sanitation problem which cuts across. You know, we have 8 electoral areas, and it's like almost half of that is facing challenges with waste management, how to manage waste, and then the bad roads that we have, and electoral area like Aveno, that we all know that is a bit slum. They lack the basic facilities like the clinic or markets or basic schools for the people there. And also alongside the Odo River, where it runs through Aveno, with these people there, it's a slum area. And what they need is attention from our leaders or from the representatives in the community to be able to also live well. They are not appreciating even their own style of living, but no one has come to them or trying to give them attention or, you know, show some compassion for them to also, you know, once they pay tax and all that, be able to live a decent life. And apart from that, talking about Awudome area, there is a stretch there, runabout, that has turned into a night market. And this night market, once the authorities are encouraging people to trade or transact their business and all that, I think that is also better that they look at the place and fix it well for them. They pay taxes, they pay, once you put a table there and put something on, they come and collect whatever tax that they need to collect from you. So if that is so, to collect all these monies from the women or the traders there, they should fix the place. But when it rains, you know that is very difficult. I mean, if you do not take care, you can't pass there unless you wait. And also the drainage system, which is so poor, open gutters and all that. And I think that with these problems that they always discuss or face, that is where they want us, or they want Anita, if Anita becomes the MP,
to come in and address them. I'm staying with you. I'm asking you to have 1 more minute. Now, these problems that you raised, sanitation, you mentioned Aveno, you mentioned certain electoral areas that have these challenges. You also talked about the roads and the slums there. How have these challenges been addressed by authorities in the past, let's say, 4 years?
It's been disappointing. It has not been addressed well, properly. Otherwise, you would see that something has been done. But nothing has been done so far. And then when it gets to election time, that you see people in political position or in some high positions, then will come along or come by and try to fix 1 or 2 things. And after the elections, that's it. Nothing happens again. So the people in authority, to me, have not seen what we're expecting of them. That is why the problem still exists. Right. So what I'm saying is that we need to fix it. we need to fix it.
All right, I'm grateful. Harriet Anita Abedu is representing the PPP in the Okaikoi South constituency. You just heard her. Perhaps this is where she convinced you to vote for her. Let me go to the NDC candidate, Alexander Akwoku. Now, let me again ask you the needs of the people of Okaikoi South. And for you, what has been the effort at addressing these in the past 4 years? You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. When you talk about the needs of Okaikoi South, there are many, but I have summarized all into 4 key areas, which I want to focus my attentions on. And I believe that by doing so, we'll be able to solve most of these challenges. The problems run from education, healthcare, sanitation, and skills development. These are the key areas that I believe that they are serious challenges for our people, and they need immediate attention. When you take education, for instance, when we were growing up in the area, we have most of our schools already built. I attended the Carnation Methodist Primary at the time. As I'm speaking to you now, there haven't been any serious renovation on that structure. It is that same old structure that I sat in it. And there are other areas like the North Compound that the roof is in a very bad state. When you go to Nombo School at Bubui, the schools there, I mean, the structures are in deplorable states. And as a result of that, some of us, we've started making a move so that we can get some of these things repaired. Right. We've talked to the AMB, and we spoke to other authorities like the GET Fund and so on. So as a result, the GET Fund is even currently constructing a new 18 school block at Cable and Wireless School as I'm speaking to you now. We also managed to speak to the AMB, and the AMB started just this year, they started construction of the Millennium School at Agricultural Guest, which is almost nearing completion. So with education, we are doing a lot to get some of the structures to be renovated. Then on the issue of healthcare, you know, the Carnation Polyclinic was built some years back, when the population of Okaikoi South is barely 50,000. But as I'm speaking to you now, we have a population over 300,000. And all of us, that is the only government establishment that we have to attend. And these put a lot of pressure on the medical practitioners and also the structure over there.
40 more seconds.
So as a result of that, some of us, I am proposing a satellite clinic in the meantime to solve that problem. And the satellite clinic is very simple. Just get in a small space, get the medical practitioners in it so that they can attend to people with minor ailments. On the issue of sanitation, I think it's a major problem for us because we have the Carnation Circle Raleigh Park within the constituency. We have the New Plan Lorry Station within the constituency. Even the VIP is within the constituency. Then we have the Carnation Market, which is a major market. All these areas that I have mentioned generate some sort of waste, and we need to manage. Over the years, we've had some interactions with the AMB, especially concerning the fields around the Carnation Market. I myself, together with my people, we've organized some clean-out campaigns around that area to clear, but the problem is not this ad hoc way of solving it. I believe that we should have a more consented way of dealing with the problem so that we'll deal with it once and for all and it will not be recurring. Okay. And as a result of that, the president has even promised.
I'll come back to you. Alexander, your time is up. I'll come back to you for a follow-up on that. So just keep your thought together. Alexander Akwoku is representing the NDC in the Okaikoi South constituency. He is outlined the challenges and perhaps some efforts that are being made to address them. We'll go further to him later on, but let me go to Madam Ifua Sante of the Convention People's Party. Now, your contenders have outlined the needs or the problems, the challenges of the constituency. Now, you're also asking for the mandate of the people of Okaikoi South. What challenges have you seen with them? How have you told them that when given the nod, the mandate, you will address these challenges? You can also answer this in 2 minutes.
Thank you. The challenges are education. When we come to the government schools, actually the teachers are not being motivated. That's one thing that I've noticed. They are not being motivated, although it's their profession, but they need more push to get there, to make sure the quality of education given to the children are good. And we'll talk about industries in the area. Actually, we have like Piccadilly, we have...
The main industrial area falls within the constituency.
Falls within the constituency. And most of the workers are casual workers. And sometimes they lay them off anytime they want. And I think that is not helping, because most of them live in the constituency and they are not being paid also well. So how can they take very good care of their homes, their children? You understand? And when we talk about sanitation, our drainage systems, our gutters are not covered, and people do throw in garbages anytime they want. And I think that issue must be dealt with. We have to really look into that, because as a mother, I would like my children to be in good health. So like I'll make sure that side is also solved.
Sanitation
sanitation in the area.
All right. Okay. Is that all? You have some time to continue, because you mentioned particularly the fact that sanitation is a key challenge. Perhaps you say you want to make sure it is dealt with, but how do you intend to do that if you're given the nod?
If I'm given the nod, I will try and bring my people together, mobilize my people and try and solve that. Go to maybe AMA and other places that I have to, the people that can help me do this job.
Right.
Yes.
So carry the problems of the people to the city authority to deal with it. I'm grateful.
Yes.
Ifo Asante is representing the Convention People's Party in your Okaikoi South constituency. We're grateful for your initial submissions. But let me come to you, Madam Anita again, Harriet Anita Abedu of the PPP. Now, you outlined some challenges. Again, you told us of perhaps how you intend to deal with some of them. But your contender from the NDC is suggesting that some efforts, particularly in education, is being done to bring development to the constituency. Now, the efforts by city authorities and central government, do you see it as enough in supporting this constituency to develop the way it should?
I don't see it enough. And with what my the co-aspirant said, I don't know which year specific, you know, and which of the schools and how far it's got into, because any project being undertaken from at Okaikoi South, I don't know any individual, but I know it's coming from the sub-metro.
Right.
Sub-metro, if there should be any project
there. You think it is from the sub-metro?
The Millennium School that he mentioned, I knew that it was one of the President Mama's projects, the projects he was talking about in communities. So with him personally, well, I am not in the known as to what he has been able to do. I mean, he is saying it. But what I'm saying is that I have not seen enough development in Okaikoi South. When you talk about school, you talk about school and children, the youth in Okaikoi South. We are encouraging every child in Okaikoi South to go to school. But is that what we're saying? No. some of them don't even go to school at all. When you meet them and you ask them why, they tell you that my mom has no money, my father is not there, and you know, all kinds of problems. When we attend the PTAs, people come with a lot of problems that we need maybe the MP or the sub-metro officers to come in. But that is not what is done. So I'm saying that as an MP, Anita Harriet Abedu will have a good relationship with the assembly. I think that is where you can support them for any project, because as an MP, I don't think your main line of business is development in the Okaikoi South. You are to legislate on behalf of your people in Parliament. But also there are some opportunities that comes with the MPship. You have a common fund, you have some allowances and all that, and you have opportunities with that. So when you identify the opportunities that comes with the MPship, that is where you'll be able to influence or support the community. And then the assemblymen, you need to build a better relationship with them. That is where you can progress, because if I am PPP and then the assemblyman of my area is NDC or CPP and I don't see eye to eye with this person, how do we come together to develop? And that is the case. So with me, Anita, as an MP, wherever your affiliation is, I will not think that is a problem, because at the end of the day, what are we looking for? We're looking for development for the community or for the constituency. So if you're being so selfish and thinking that if somebody is not in my party, I'm not going to do what the people who voted me into power or who gave me that position needs, then we have a problem. Okay. But we don't have enough development in Okaikoi South. When you come to Okaikoi South, the streets, in fact, behind the market, you see the market is very populated area. And then all activities are directed to the market. So there, the road should be done properly. It's not just, putting some bitumen and some chippings on, and then when it rains, everything comes out, and then becomes, we have a big potholes that, we'll say it. That was what I said. Coming near election, you see people working on it. Fine, I was able to contact one of the assemblymen to see that if I can really work with them. And it's worked. I told him about the road. And then he called, he's not MP, he's not in my party. But then he called the urban roads and told them about this. And then Anita is coming to see you. Please see how best you can support or help her fix the road in front, straight to the runabout, Bubuashi runabout. So these are some of the things that you need to go to them. You need to bring people together. Not that, I have done this and I have done that. No, but the people who are involved, who are supposed to help you do it. What's the relationship between them? How do you, professional, cordial relationship between them? Because it's a job, it's a work that we're doing. Exactly. So we need to do things as we expect, and then say it as it is. When it's not done, don't say that it's done.
Okay. I'm grateful for your time there. Let me come to you, Alex. And she's mentioned a few things that she is suggesting that these are projects either from the assembly or the sub-metro or from central government. Some of the projects you mentioned about on education and the rest. Perhaps a quick reaction to that before we move.
Yeah, you see, I think where my colleague got it wrong is that some of these projects, they are government projects. I'm not saying that I'm the one who is doing it, but my role is to ensure that the things that Okaikoi South needs are brought into the constituency. So what I did was that I realized that these things are major problems, and I moved into the authorities that are concerned. And I spoke about them, and they promised that they will come and do something about it. And they are being done. And that is what I'm trying to let people know, that these are the efforts that as an MP we can put in. We can lobby for things to come into the constituency. It is not that I'm going to use my own money to do it. The roads that he is talking about, I have been I've gone to the urban roads since I saw that the government is doing asphalt in some areas of Accra. I have been persistent. I've gone to the urban roads. I have told them about the need to come and fix those roads for us. And these are the things that we are doing. You understand? Because we've not even been given the opportunity, but we feel that the concerns of the people are our concerns as well, and we must push for those things to come into the constituency.
I'm staying on you.
That is what I'm doing. And the roles that she talks about, I was fortunate to host the president in my constituency when I was doing my lunch, and he came and he promised that those areas that I've been talking about will be fixed, and even promised that something that I did not even ask for. He promised that he will make sure that that is also included. That is the Carnation Lorry Park, the one in front of the market. He promised that that will also be asphalt. He said that the asphalt will be put on it. And so that is what we are doing. And it isn't that we are saying that we are using our money, but we are lobbying, strongly lobbying for things to come to Okaikoi South.
Oh, all right. Let's stay on roads. Madam Anita, I'll come back to you quickly, but let me stay on roads with you because your government is in power. This particular road from the Aveno crossing is a road that I guess every user of that stretch in Accra has been complaining about. All that stretch from the Melcombe area through the Christ Embassy Church, joining the main industrial area road. Some work is being done, but the rest has been left for God knows how many years. Perhaps was one of the roads the president promised asphalting?
Yes, you know that road. From my checks, I was told that it is part of the circle project that they are doing.
Right.
And soon they will come onto that road. You realize that whilst they were doing it, they tried coming onto that road and they did parts. Then they went back onto the main project that they are doing. So my checks tells me that they are going to do the asphalt from where they left off. Just some few
for the whole stretch of the industrial area
for the whole stretch
to link the Melcombe, the rail crossing,
Aveno, all the way to the Alaju, where we have that interchange. Then there will be another one also from the railway crossing to join the main road. That is through the Aveno township. You know, so that is the checks that I have done, and they have given me firm assurance that those things will be fixed. But currently, as it is now, I have even gone ahead to plead with them if they can come and grade it so that at least it will be a little bit more travel, because it's rained about I think somewhere last week, and
it's in a terrible state now.
I used that road and it was very, very terrible. So we are working on it. All the projects that are taking place, I have my eyes on them and I'm keeping close watch at them. If I realize that there's something not going well, I try to approach the authorities and point it out so that they.
I'm grateful. I've read some go to Madam Ifua Asante, but Madam Anita, you wanted a quick reaction somewhere.
Yes. If you do anything in the constituency and it is not visible, or people do not know, they will say that they have not seen. What I was saying is that I have not seen that improvement or that maintenance he was talking about. That was what I was saying. And what, as an MP, I can put in place to help me, and then when you do something, people will know that this was bad and it has been fixed by the MP or the aspirant, or this is that. When you are able to bring the people together,
right, like
Residents Association, which we don't have, that I plan, it is in my plan. We don't have those associations that, you know, you bring people together, meet at a place, discuss issues, and get to know what you have been able to do for the community, so that it wouldn't be like you are doing something but it is not known, it is not seen, and then you feel a bit, you know, offended when it is
brought to your attention.
Right. So it is not that whatever he's doing, but it is not obvious that things are being fixed in the community. Okay,
I'm grateful, Anita, for your time this morning. Madam Asante, let me come to you again. Of course, you've been following the conversation and the issue of roads and the fact that some work is being done. Perhaps you think that enough work is being done, whether in the area of sanitation, whether in the area of roads in the constituency?
Well, I'll say no, because the roads are very bad, and I don't think much work has been put into it, because looking at that Aveno roads that we're talking about, it's been very bad for a very long time, and looking at the Kanishi roads too, behind the market, as my sister was saying, and that place too has been very, very bad. And I've not seen much effort being put into those roads.
You're saying the incumbent MP and perhaps the city authorities have not done enough to deal with these
Yes,
things?
I think so. They've not done enough. Because as an MP, you are there to serve the people. You are there to know the problems of the people. You are there to make sure the problems are solved. You are not going to use your money, though. There are MPs Common Fund and other things that you can use in solving the problems of the people. But at the same time, you have to go down there, talk to the people, relate to the people. You understand? And that kind of relationship, I've not really seen it. I've not really seen it. But if we are going to put that kind of thing into practice, relating to our people very well, knowing their problems, I think we'll go a long way.
And that is what, given the mandate, you will do in order to bring development to the people.
Because when I'm given the mandate to be the MP of Okaikoi South, I know I'm there to serve. They are not going to serve me. I'm going to serve them. So I should know their problems. I should go to them and bring them together. Wherever there's a patch, wherever there's something that is not good, I think I have to make sure I patch those things that are divided.
I bring the people together.
Yeah.
Let me stay with you a little longer, because some of the concerns of the people have been the fact that the incumbent member of parliament, Honorable Ahmed Arthur, who was unable to join us, has not been present in the constituency since he was elected. He's been absent. They don't find him. He's not with the people. And so there's a gap between the people of the constituency and city authorities. What kind of leadership do you intend to provide if given the nod?
If I'm given the nod, as a mother, as I said earlier on, you have to get close to your people. You have to know their needs. You know, when you are campaigning, when it's election time and you're campaigning, we do go to house and ask the people to vote for us. But what after the election, when we are voted into power, do we do it? Do we go to them again? We don't. We just leave them to their faith. And I don't think it's the right thing to do. You have to create that kind of atmosphere for them to be able to come to you. You understand? But most of the times when we are given the mandate, we just leave the people to just when they are going into maybe going to fall into a pit, we just leave them. But we have to be there for them. We have to hold them. That is why we are there to serve them.
And that's the kind of leadership you will provide?
That's the kind of leadership I'll provide.
Okay, if given the nod, Asante is the Convention People's Party's candidate for the Okaikoi South constituency. This is Plus 275, and this morning we're staying in the Greater Accra region, the Okaikoi South constituency. Alexander, let me come to you. Now, again, the incumbent member of parliament is being accused of not having stayed there. What kind of leadership has he provided in the past 4 years that you think has not gone down well with the people? And what kind of leadership you will provide if on December 7th you get the mandate of the people?
It's true that our member of parliament has been absent, and he has been absent in the constituency, he has been absent in parliament, he has been absent everywhere. We have never seen much of him since he became a member of parliament. And the issues that we are talking about are issues that are so dear to the people of Okaikoi South. And I think he is not on top of the issues, and he doesn't even know how to tackle some of these issues. Because in parliament, you know, my sister made a mention that parliamentarians are not agents for development, and that is true. But every developmental project goes through parliament. They approve of it, and they even give budgets for those developmental projects. And as a member of parliament who is sitting there, who has approved money for roads to be constructed or roads to be asphalted, and you are sitting there and you cannot go to the authorities and go and lobby for some of these things, even 2 kilometers of it to be done in your constituency, then what are you there for?
Is it because his party is not in power?
No, because I'm not a member of parliament. But immediately I heard that these things are being done by the government, I decided to move forward and go and get it for our people. And these are the things that we want him to do. Because we are not saying that they use your money to do it. After all, the common fund, even that is given to him, what is he using it for? At least there are minor developmental projects that you can even undertake with some of these small funds that come to you. But if you are just leaving the people to their fate and you don't care what happens to them, it is only when the elections come, then you come back to them and tell them this is your stronghold, so they should vote for you. Is that how to do things?
So he has not provided that leadership.
It has not provided that leadership.
What are you changing with the leadership
what I'm
you will
changing,
provide?
You know, my sister talks about relationships. I'm already building the relationship. I have a very cordial relationship with almost all the assemblymen. We have 7 assemblymen now. I have a very cordial relationship with all of them. We talk on daily basis. We talk on daily basis, and some of these projects that I mentioned that we are working together. I go there together with them. I've been to the urban roads with the assemblyman for Carnation electoral area. I have been to AMA with assemblyman for Bubui electoral area and Mukose electoral area. We've gone to places, all trying to lobby things into our constituency. So that relationship is already there. Wow. And I have a very cordial relationship with the people of Okaikoi South as well. I am the only candidate, as we are all sitting here, with an office in the constituency. So the number of people that troop into the office, they have equal access. When you come, there's nothing like a secretary that you have to pass through him or her. I'm there, you can walk straight to my office, and if I see you, if somebody is with me, I ask you to wait for me. When I finish, then I call you in. And that is what we've been doing. And people feel very happy that at least they have somebody that they can talk to.
I am grateful.
You know, so that is what we are doing. And I believe strongly that that is what the leadership, that kind of leadership we want. And I have proposed, and I've told them wherever I've been, that when I become the member of parliament, I'm going to introduce the MP meet his people. And every recess of parliament, I'll make sure that I meet with my people and brief them on the things that we have done in parliament and the things that are ahead of us to go and do when we resume.
Alexander Koku is representing the NDC in the Okaikoi South constituency. Anita, I'm coming to you because we're dealing with leadership. If 4 years under the incumbent has not seen the kind of leadership that will bring development, what is it that you are providing if given the nod?
Thank you, Ken. What I will provide for the people of Okaikoi South to bring development. 1, education. And when I say education, it is not only formal education, but informal as well.
You mean your leadership will be steered towards providing education for the people? Education
for the people. And I'm saying that it is in 2 forms, formal and informal. The informal sector is big. And educating people to know what happens around them and be able to handle the problems is very important. Because when that is done, I think half of the job has been done. That is 1. And then with the assembly and all that, I'm saying that when you have a good relationship with them, it is easier to get things done. And building a relationship, it doesn't mean that, you know, it's just being friends or in a more official manner. Because everything that happens in that constituency, being an MP, you cannot do it on your own. You cannot do it. You have to bring the people together, let them understand what you want for them and why they need it, if they don't know why they need it. You need to interact. You need to, you know, be with them as often as you can. Because that is the only thing that will bring development. And once development is done for them, they will go out there and say it. You will not sit somewhere and say that I have done this, I have done that, and I have done that. But if the people really appreciate your efforts they would rather, let people know that there is something happening in our constituency. And coming to job creation, the PPP is there to support Okaikoi South, to bring jobs. And what I have in mind, which I have discussed with my presidential aspirant, Pakwesi Indum, is about having just a factory of one insu in the community, because it can employ a lot of people. That alone, the drivers, the loaders, and then the machine workers, and then the cleaners and all that. So this is the area that we're looking at, so that at the end of the day, you start from somewhere, giving the people job to be able to fend for themselves at the end of the day. These are what we need in the constituency. And after that, there are some areas that also need attention. Okaikoi South is a residential and a commercial constituency, and an industrialized area. At the markets area, for instance, we don't need asphalt. It's not asphalt that we need. We need the concrete, like the concrete blocks. They've done a small stretch there. They could have continued, but I'm sure they were thinking of cost involved. When you do it and it is expensive today, it saves you for tomorrow, because you put the asphalt there, and how long does it take? It doesn't take any longer period. And then you have to come back again. So where we have dense populated people, we need to do things that will last for us.
Right.
My colleague is saying a lot of things. I was expecting him, because his government or his party is in power, to be able to do more than he is saying, and also be visible and obvious to the people. Because at the end of the day, if you are able, you are the only one who have an office. You don't know who else have office where. Where your office is visible, very visible. But you are able to maintain that office from 4 years ago up to today. It is not everybody who can get that money to rent an office throughout 4 years and then use it again. God knows how much the office costs. And sometimes you go around, you need an office. The cost of office is not anything that you said, I can just take money from my pocket and pay for. You understand? So it's like, yes, wherever you are able to carry your business at the end of the day, you can even have a small porch in your house and then make it an office that people will come to my house every day in and out. And what I'm able to do to serve them, I do it. But the development of the constituency is what is important. But at the end of the day, if we have good roads, if we have good sanitation, the problem with our sanitation, I was a bit disappointed when he was talking about the president coming into the community and promising that and that. Why now? Why this time? He could have done some years back. Because the problem we face with refuse in that area, the Kaneshi market itself, I'm sure you've been there covering it several times. As if we have to accept that it's part of us. It is not part of us. We need to educate the people that refuse disposing is not part of us, as in accepting, sitting or spending your time with refuse heaped in front of you. It's all a health hazard. But when we heard the president was coming the first time, the refuse point was changed to a different point. They should have put it where it was, so that when he comes and sees it, actually, he will know that, yes, there's a problem here to be solved. And who are the people involved? Who are the people who need to solve this problem? Because if we do everything clean today, and when he comes and goes, we go back, then we've done nothing.
All right. So the sanitation problem, you think, has not been resolved?
No, not at all.
And that it was only done during elections. I'm grateful, Anita, but let me quickly go back to this issue. Alex, is there anything you want to react to?
Yes, I think
a quick one.
My sister has made some very interesting, and I think that shows that some of the things that we are talking about, she has not fully understood them. Asphalt and quota are two different things altogether. What we have in Carnation now is that we have a road that has been coated.
Is the bitumen surface?
Yes, the bitumen surface. And that one deteriorates very fast. When it comes to asphalt, that is more durable And what I know is that asphalt even lasts up to 20 to 25 years. That is what I know. So if the president said he's coming to do asphalt, he's thinking about the long term.
Okay.
He's not thinking about
anyway, do we know when this asphalting Alex, do we know when this asphalting will start?
For now, I have not been given, because I was given a date earlier on, which was changed, you know, but I've been given the assurance that it will be soon.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm grateful. I'll come back to you. But if Asante, let me come to you once again, and then we'll deal with this.
React to?
Oh, you're still reacting?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
A quick one.
There's a very simple issue on the job creation. You know, I think that what we need in Okaikoi South is not just a single factory, an insu factory. That is not what the people of Okaikoi need. What the people of Okaikoi need is a continuous job, something that everybody can find himself or herself doing. That is what they need. And that is why
the water sachet factory,
yes, it's
not sustainable.
I'm not saying it's not sustainable, but how many people will be employed by just a single factory?
Now you start with one.
I'm coming, please. That alone will not solve the problem.
What
the people need, what I'm proposing, you know, and I've captured that in my youth policy for Okaikoi South, where I'm tackling 5 key areas and all aims at job creation. You know, I have spoken about entertainment development. I have spoken about sports development. I have spoken about skills development, where we get the artisans, which I have even started already, registering all the artisans within the constituency and getting the youth who are interested in learning some of these trades to go there and train free of charge. And we are in the process of even procuring equipment, so that when you are a tailor, after you finish, we can give you something small that you can go home and start to work with. Okay. And this is what I think that the people need. Not you come and open a small factory there and you employ about 20 to 30 people, then you say, no, that is not what they need.
All right.
Get the people, give them the power so that they can employ themselves and employ others. And that is what we want to do in Okaikoi.
Alexander Okoko of the NDC. Madam First Lady, quickly, a quick one on that, because your contenders have outlined how they intend to deal with the issue of job creation. How is a CPP candidate going to deal with it if you get a nod?
Thank you. If I get a nod, I initially said something about there are a lot of factories in the constituency.
The laying of workers.
And nothing. I've decided to talk to them so that the people, the workers over there can be permanent. You understand? Now they are casual workers. Why should it be so? Because they can lay, when it happens like that, they lay them off anytime they want. And I will ensure that they will be permanent in their jobs. By talking to the authorities, by talking to the companies, the leaders of the companies, so that they can make them permanent.
But if these companies don't want permanent workers, how do you do that?
We have a way of dialoguing with them.
All right.
You should know where to pinpoint, where to pin all the time when you are talking, when you are talking issues with somebody. So I think I'll go to them, talk to them, know how best we can do this.
I'm grateful. Asante is representing the Convention People's Party in the Okaikoi South constituency. Alexander Okoko is representing the NDC in that same constituency. Harriet Anita Abedu is representing the Progressive People's Party in that constituency. And this morning they are asking for your mandate to represent you in Parliament. You have listened to them and perhaps you have taken your decision as far as December 7 is concerned. Let's do the final wrap-up of our conversation this morning. And Okaikoi South constituency is made up of different kinds of people from different backgrounds. Now, I'm going to give each of you 1 minute in any local language of your choice to address the people and tell them why you think that you are the best candidate for December 7 and why they should vote for you and your party to lead Ghana into the next step of development. I'm starting with you, Asante of the Convention People's Party, in any local language of your choice, Ga, Ewe, Fancy, any other one. Tell the people why you are the best candidate and why they should vote for you and your party on December 7th.
say CPP party a party bia yem papa Kwame Nkrumah edi yanim ono te se na papa no eye niema bebre e de magana man papa no make sure say adwuma sam ya sitnam ye bibia wanwe ono ankasa ne ho but odwen Ghana man ho enti as me gina e was CPP ticket mu no madesre de ne say Okaikoi South for Monto Enfama CPP Monto Enfama Efia Monto Enfama Green Street Nientumi Entwa ni aye papa Nkrumah ye no so Niemfa nkwa wie medase.
I'm also grateful for your time. Aristefia Sanchez represented the CPP. Alexander, your time to speak in a local dialect, asking the people or telling them why you are the best person to represent them in Parliament.
In Yemeni or Okaikoi South, me han your money. From I can live in a new TV3 program. Neno. In really be some Shinonike in Cashion ya Kashi. Beeshe, this anya for Shiki, Kenha Alexander Kwaku. No, they won't you ake beeshe, this anya for Shiki Ken Alexander Kwaku, Kejiake, Alexander Kwaku Dumoshi. Ake Ebano ya, Keshilimo, Aba Wofen or Lashinemi. Ni inke nyenwa keshi leke no ya keshule moni baba ne wo ba dumo libi edweno no wo ba fi wo ba kwe wo school ya ami wo ba kwe wo ilachamo gbeji anoto ojogba wo ba kwe agbene le nwe wo fali fe momi ye constituency mi na agbene wo kwe gbeno no wo ba chon ni won ha wo yen me bibi ke wo me le nwe da nde sana me nya nuchmo na me chu na me be nuchmo ame na loko na me kamini ni afi ni amini ni amenye e ya me na abu ene me jilibi na Alex dumono ni Alex mu ete hie na ka akeshi Obrahia abi ko Obrahia be ni yo Okaikoi South ame forjugba na ame loko ne una mo anya me fe ke wa constituency e wo no e wo Alex ke loko e ba na chole youth policy Okaikoi youth policy ni nu ele ejegbe efe no strunkuko ken ha Okaikoi South Obrahia abi ko Obrahia abi nek ba wa me ni e ba na me na no chumo ni amechu emnyeme nyeka wo fe mistake no ni wo fe 4 years ago Alexander Kwaku eba aka ebe ba wa je shika ni mba matawo imba ni machu ni ke wanye imba ni machu ni wo fe wona na yo ake keshwelemo no jino ni ewomba nyeka kwa akeshi won tawo shika je shika sande imba ke ma wanye ni wo tuni together nyeka kwa me ni me na we fi America me politics na me yo mi amenta wo shika wo je shika e wo ba ewo keje benye le mi eni ndumo je me no ndumo inchakeku ke 4 years ago you mo na no ni kenye ni mi pa nye fai afine nye fenye ke nyoshiki ya hami ni kenye ke oshiki ya hami keje 7 January na ba suwa mi in ake nye member of parliament nye denche ni ba na no ya ke shwelemo ni ba ba Okaikoi South me da nye fenye nye you are
Alexander Kwaku is represented the NDC in your Okaikoi South constituency. Harriet Anita Bedo is representing the PPP.
Yo, men pastors so for Okaikoi South for Mwamunim say PPP de a man for nkoso eku nkoso na ye hwehwe ye nyina say nya nkoso ewo ye potem a ye ho beto ye na nkoso no engina faako egina me ene wo so egina me ene ahemfo a omuwo Okaikoi South so egina me ene assemblyman so egina me ene enipa yete Okaikoi South nyinara ye wo eniama pi ewo ye ni so nanso so ye be den ti se mode munua Anita mode hye nano ana mode hye nensa na metumi ama mene mu nyina aye imofra omu ko school a omu da kwan so e wo so omu nyina ko school so on the ko school no kra na se owie na ode beton tomatoes ana ode be bibia wenya basic wenya mfitiase adesua wenya ya ma menum omo wo Kaneshi market hwes bebi omo te a omo ton wade bola na egu omo nchen yetumi eya na bola ayama dendenden na omo te ho wokọ aveno a eno so sa me kwa me ntimi nye enti me ene wonum omo te sa bo no isu nyina wo se yetena se na ye dwene hu ne hwe kwan ya befa so a ye bema emponto aba na wenye adwuma anya wontumi nsua de ensa na adwuma wo kosua udidi e wo fie ansa na wako na wo de wo ba kosua de na ne yemo pan na kosua de a enye ye enti mo ma nhyehyɛ pa eda PPP ene so ya pa kwesi ndum ene so ye fiti baako ene akomienu enti nyame ya adom na Anita mebeye mo MP e wo Okaikoi South a insu ne de enya kitikiti te se ne amenwa be maka se bibi small enya small kra na ofi baako no akomienu eno so no wo benya adwuma ye wo benya bie di na wo kosua adwuma nso so a ka obefa aduane abedi no ye betua wo ka ansa na wako enti me ka kire mo ma munye mistake ya so MPP ni NDC fo nyina ya so wono mo ahwe ye vote de bia na de ma emema ko ende me ka kiro ye nyina na yete oba ne bema enu nti ukoto abana ma oba ye friend Anita no ono nso so mfa na animudie ene ne owo embra mbeta ye chire ne ye hwe se etese ye bana se ye ntumi anya kokomoti na udi see so mama ba ye first so na mama nko all right eno de enya asembia.
Okay, I'm grateful. Harriet Anita Bedu is representing the Progressive People's Party in the Okaikoi South constituency. Alexander Akwoku is representing the National Democratic Congress in the same constituency. Fia Sante is representing the Convention People's Party in that constituency. That is a constituency we focused on this morning, the Okaikoi South constituency. Gentlemen and ladies, for your time this morning. Give yourself a handshake as you leave our studios. We are forging unity ahead of 2016. We're grateful for those of you who watched us from your homes offices. We know that you have taken your decision, having listened to your aspirants. We could not get to the incumbent early enough for him to join us. We're grateful that you stayed with us on +275. This is Election Command Center.